Comics, Part 2. These are texts that I sent in 2012. So, the people that we're talking about is my narcissist girlfriend. I'm just going to call her Agenda. I did a song called Hidden Agenda that's about her. And then in the Outcast story, or the Wizard King and Demon Child, if she's mentioned in that, but I just called her Zariel. And then the child in this, who's not a child anymore at the time she was, is also in the songs Demon Child, or in the Outcast and the Wizard King and Demon Child. She is the Demon Child, but she's also called Zethra. So, of course, those stories are made up, but they're based off how they actually are. Anyways, so I'm going to try to read this and insert those names. Okay, so this is between me and this one of my friends who knows them very well. Got your message when I got home from work at 2:30 a.m. Tomorrow, my lawyer is gathering some people to have a mock trial. So I know that it will be what it will be like, and to see if they can find me guilty or innocent, and to tell me why they chose what they did. He said he talked to Agenda and her ex, and Agenda definitely wants me to go to jail. To me, the whole thing is ridiculous, but I trust in Yahweh, and I know it's up to him what happens. Then she said, "Would you pass this info on to your lawyer?" I told him I would save it for him. Thought you might want to look at this. Please keep this between you and I. And it was a article by the New York Times called, "Can You Call a 9-Year-Old a Psychopath?" Psychologists now believe fledgling psychopaths can be identified as early as kindergarten. The hope is to teach these children empathy before it's too late. Share. And now she's sharing me. The person who gave her the article was actually Agenda. So she says, "Is something going on with Demon Child?" Agenda says, "There is always something going on with Demon Child. I just thought you might find this interesting. I personally lean towards sociopath in regards to Demon Child. I'm going to contact a doctor named Donald Lyman following the holiday weekend. He works at Purdue University and studies psychopathy in children." Then I sent text, "Oh, okay, I will. We did do the mock trial. The jury, which was 2 people, said that they didn't get a sense that I was lying and that they would not convict me. My lawyer said he had talked to another guy from church and was told that Demon Child is a threat to the community, and I think going that route is a way to stop her. He asked if I wanted to plead guilty and that I would probably not go to prison. I said no. To me, if I tell the truth of what happened and go to prison, then so be it. But at the same time, it gives people a chance to see what Demon Child is about and to hear your testimony. It will make them aware." One of the police reports I read states that Demon Child told Agenda about the incident after she opened my Christmas gift. Demon Child has a friend named, we'll just go on, we'll say a friend. Her friend has both her parents and they adore her. Her friend gets all the attention at home and has material things that Agenda can't afford to get Demon Child. Demon Child is jealous of her friend. Demon Child cut off all her hair, all the hair off her friend's American doll, and had to give her friend her own doll as a replacement. Well, during the morning when I had just went to bed at Agenda's dad's house, many people came over to help Agenda clean out the house, meaning moving out furniture and stuff. Agenda did not notify me of this, and I couldn't sleep. So they were making a lot of noise, and I work second shift, but second shift lasts until 3 in the morning, so I sleep all day. At this time, not now, but Demon Child came into my room while I was in bed, and I had the TV on. She told me she wanted a Nintendo 3DS for Christmas, a pink one. I told her she could not be trusted with something that expensive. She has tore up other things Agenda and I have gotten her before, and even locked up Agenda's iPod, and it took weeks to figure out how to unlock it. I asked Demon Child why she wants one. She said to make her friend jealous. I told Demon Child that it's not a good reason, and getting revenge will not bring her happiness. I also told her I'd already gotten her Christmas present, and I wasn't going to buy her any more. Then I told her mother, Agenda, what happened. Agenda told me that I shouldn't have gotten her the two that I had because Demon Child doesn't deserve any Christmas presents. I told Agenda, well, I love her and I wanted to get her something. My guess is that when Demon Child finally earned the privilege to open her Christmas presents, it was probably the 1st of February, February 3rd. She probably saw the two presents of mine and expected one to be the pink 3DS. One was a Smurf Blu-ray 3D movie to watch on Agenda's Christmas gift. I had gotten Agenda a 3D TV for Christmas and gave it to her early. The other gift was a pink Hello Kitty phone. It was an 80s style phone. I believe at that point, Demon Child decided to take revenge on me, and that is when she told her mom that, in Demon Child's own words, that I harassed her. Agenda called the police, switched her phone from my account to another, and took Demon Child down to give her statement. This behavior is common with Demon Child, and one report states that her school says that Demon Child will take revenge on her peers when she doesn't get her way. Well, if Demon Child told this to Agenda right after we had a fight, then something is wrong. We last saw each other when we had a fight, and that was December 31st, so why wait a whole month to report it? And then my friend said, I'm not sure it was right after. I'm trying to recollect our conversation, and things aren't adding up. I point blank asked her why Demon Child waited so long to tell what happened. The Demon Child I know would have told right away. Agenda didn't have a clear answer for this, but I can't remember exactly what she said. Now remember, I've copied this on paper and I'm putting it on YouTube because somebody tried to hack my account and I was afraid that they were going to go in and delete this. So she continues, so I'm trying to figure out the timing and what was going on at the time. Then I said, well, I usually keep a digital recorder with me. Sometimes that helps in conversations. Yes, I think Demon Child would have told them back in the early fall. And she said, did you get my message about her friend? I said, yes, I just checked it. Then she said that they were in the car when she told, and it was based on a conversation she had with Demon Child where Agenda asked her if she trusted you. That's when she supposedly told her mom. The prosecutor contacted my husband, but not anyone else. I am concerned your lawyer is not prepared. He should have interviewed all the witnesses by now. It's weird. Why would the prosecutor contact her husband? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. I called and left him a message about my recollection of Demon Child accusing the pastor's daughter of molestation. I think he thought I was guilty, and I would just plead guilty, I said. Then she said, the prosecution isn't prepared either. I don't think any of them expected this to go to trial, I said. Then she said, do you think they will ask for a postponement? Then I said, my lawyer said 80 to 90% of these cases plead guilty, so I hope so. There's no way they could be ready by Tuesday. Then she said, well, make sure you tell your attorney to add my friend. She doesn't believe you're guilty. She said she could see Demon Child setting you up. Then I said, I will type her up her info and drop it off tomorrow. My lawyer's kind of scatterbrained at times. And then she said, he doesn't seem to be prepared for trial. This is your life. You need to ask for a postponement based on a new witness. And I said, that was the first thing I told the detective, wondering what I did to cause her to target me. That is what my stepdad said too. I have to call him tomorrow before noon. And she said, do you know anything about the allegations she made against the pastor's daughter? I just remembered that the other day. Then I said, I have an audio. Of course, I was starting another conversation when she sent this, so it didn't make sense. Then she says, an audio of what? Then I said, Agenda said it happened many times in the back of the church bus. I have an audio of Agenda on the phone with her ex. Agenda told me this is her speaking. Agenda told me at first she didn't believe Demon Child's allegation about the pastor's daughter, the same way she told me first she didn't believe Demon Child about you. Then I said, she said the girl did something private with the Demon Child. And then she said, I highly doubt Demon Child would allow that to happen. Those girls are just attention seekers, meaning Agenda and Demon Child. The way Agenda parades herself on Facebook is very telling. And I said, yes, that seems weird to remain calm on a bus full of people. Then she said, what was the conversation between she and her ex? Then I said, it was when she pushed Demon Child down on the floor and there was a CPS worker there and saw it, and then the CPS worker called DCS, yeah, that's right. Her ex wanted his lawyer and hers to meet. This was soon after she came back home from the children's home, which is a place for troubled children. Like defiant children. Anyways. And then she said, I remember when Agenda told me she slapped Demon Child prior to her going to the mental hospital in Indy. Demon Child threatened to tell on her, but Agenda told her, no one believes anything you say anymore. No wonder Demon Child lies with that type of example. Then I said, yes. Agenda's mother said that Agenda was hard to control and was just like Demon Child when she was younger. Agenda asked her own mother if she had the chance, would she still have adopted Agenda, and her mother said no. And then she said, wow. Then I said, this is back when her brothers lived there and her parents were still married. She and her mom never got along until just a couple of years ago. Then she said, Agenda is running out of supporters, and so she likely realized she needed her mom. Then I said, Agenda had stolen her parents' car and they put her in jail up in Michigan. Then she said, does she know who her birth parents are? I wonder if there is any mental illness in the biological family. And I said, yes. Her real dad died when she was an infant and was in and out of jail. Her mother died after Demon Child was born. She was an addict. Her mother, Agenda's mother, was an addict of pills, probably pain pills. The reason I say that is because Agenda's an addict of pain pills also. And there's mental problems on Agenda's mother's side of the family and on her ex's side. So Demon Child is a mixture of both families. Plus, when she was young, Agenda left her with a babysitter for days on end while she went out to party, which can cause attachment problems. Then she said, watch the 1950s movie, The Bad Seed. You'll see Demon Child in it. It's very chilling. Agenda told me that she thinks the correct diagnosis for Demon Child is a sociopath. Then I said, attachment disorder and narcissism can turn into sociopathy. Then she said, did you get that email and link to your attorney? Then I said, I printed it off and gave it to him. Agenda and I watched The Bad Seed together back in 2008. Demon Child has hinted at sexual abuse. Then she said, did Agenda see Demon Child in that movie? And then I said, she's blamed me twice. She's blamed her grandpa and who knows who else. And then she said, the kid even looked like her. And I said, yes, we both did. To me, this is just a game to Demon Child. And she said, did you know she pushed my granddaughter down a steep flight of stairs when she was only 5? Her granddaughter. My daughter and son-in-law won't allow Demon Child around the kids because of that and the way Demon Child continues to be. Then I said, I remember Agenda talking about it, but I'd forgotten. She also did that at church recently, according to one of my friends. To another child. But my friend doesn't like her around his son. She will only get worse. Then she said, I think the county spent nearly $500,000 on Demon Child. And I said, to me, they have been trying to solve the wrong problem. When Demon Child's getting attention, everything is fine. But when it's over with, then she wants the attention again, and so does something else. I don't know why Agenda seems to forget that. And she said, why did she not believe Demon Child's accusation at first, and then suddenly believe her? Then I said, Demon Child can pretend to be good for 2 months if she knows something good will come out of it. After that, she goes back to her old self. Well, the report said she didn't believe at first. I believe when I said I did touch her, she believed. What she didn't understand was that it was inadvertently and not sexual. That is why it has gone this far. the cops kept pressing the issue of it being sexual, and I kept saying that it wasn't. This is why my lawyer thinks I should plead guilty. The fact of the matter is that she was exposing herself, and I got tired of it, and so I covered her up myself, pretty much. Then, but I only thought of if I told the truth, everything would be okay. Then she said, he still thinks you should plead guilty after all the witnesses came forward? I said, no, he doesn't know what to think now. This was before that and before the results of the mock trial. Then she said, tell him about my friend and the fact that her dad is a respected attorney in Carroll County. Did you hear about your friend's behavior problems? Or not behavior problems, but your friend's problems? Then I said, I will tell him today. No, I haven't talked with him in a while. And she said, well, your friend was arrested last Thursday night for public intoxicating, resisting arrest, and assaulting an officer. That's so sad. Of course, his wife isn't being supportive of her husband at all. And I said, I wonder why he was drinking. And then she's like, you and I both know why. And I said, well, he does get depressed a lot. And then she said, I'd be depressed too if his wife were my spouse. Yeah, I know, I said. At least she doesn't physically abuse him, but verbal is worse, or mentally. And then she said, does Agenda know about all the witnesses? She hasn't been at church in a while. So I was wondering if she had a clue. And I said, only if the prosecutor told her. I'm not allowed to contact her in any way. Then she said, she posted a comment last night. The comment was, Satan knows if you can beat him. Satan knows if he can beat you in your mind, he can beat you in your experience. And then I said, well, Agenda talks a lot about God on Facebook, but her actions rarely reflect it in life. At least when I was with her, she's not a very godly person. My relationship with God drops to almost nothing when I'm around her. And she said, I felt like she used me during her struggles with Demon Child, and then when she didn't need me anymore, she didn't come around. Then I said, okay, well, that's normal for Agenda. She is friends with those she needs at the moment. Then she said, I called her out on this when we had our conversation. She denied it, of course. People need to be aware that if she needs help, that is when she will snare people. That's what I said. Then she said, so many people have tried to help her in Demon Child, but she is her own worst enemy. Then I said, she tells Demon Child that Demon Child can't manipulate the master manipulator. And then she said, that was a true statement. And I said, Demon Child's only life example is her mother, Agenda. Then she said, why did you break off your engagement with her? Then I said, the difference is that Demon Child is less patient and less intelligent at the moment. Oh, I didn't. Then she said, she claims you stopped pursuing her and became very mean. And then I said, if I became very mean, it was because I got tired of her constantly disrespecting me like my friend's wife does with him. It's hard to love someone who continues to run you down and criticize every detail in your life and run down your family and your friends. Basically, she was gaslighting me. It's like her ex said, you are constantly walking on eggshells, and she is always the victim, and you are always the bad guy. Also, her disrespect turned into hatred, calling me a coward, a liar, and she's gotten physical with me many times. And then she said, well, like I told the attorney, where Demon Child is concerned, there is always going to be reasonable doubt when it comes to her word. Basically, she's a liar and a thief. Agenda will likely never speak to some of us again after this is all over. Oh, and then her friend said she doesn't think she'll be much help with remembering anything specifically about Demon Child, what Demon Child lied about. Although she does believe she's definitely capable of lying about this.